Something big just happened in Formula One. Christian Horner, the boss who built Red Bull Racing into a winning machine, has lost his job. Yes, it's true. Horner was removed from his team principal role in a shocking move nobody saw coming. Even people inside Red Bull were stunned. After over 20 years leading the team, he's suddenly out of power. But here's where the story gets even more interesting. Almost right away, the rumors started. Would Christian Horner go to Ferrari? Could we see Vasseur receive the boot? Is Hamilton about to link up with Horner? At first, it seemed like a dream move. A huge name like Horner taking over the most famous team in Formula One. It would be massive. Ferrari is always under pressure to win. And even though they've made improvements lately, they still haven't reached the top. Some fans and journalists started to wonder, is this the moment Ferrari grabs one of F1's biggest leaders? After all, Ferrari's current boss, Fred Vasseur, still hasn't signed a new contract. The team says they want to keep him, but something feels off. Benedetto Vigna, Ferrari's CEO, gave a strange interview recently. He said they still believe in Vasseur, but he didn't sound confident. He didn't say, "Fred is our leader, end of story." Instead, he left the door wide open. And in F1, when people don't speak clearly, that usually means something is happening behind the scenes. So, the pieces start to fit. Horner loses power at Red Bull. Ferrari doesn't confirm Vasseur. Some fans start to connect the dots. But, hold on. This week, something important changed. Sources from Maranello, Ferrari's home base, are now saying very clearly, Ferrari is not interested in Christian Horner. They're not just being quiet, they are denying the rumors completely. They say there's been no contact, no secret meetings, no plans. Ferrari is not chasing Horner. That changes everything. If it's true, then Horner might not be Ferrari's future after all. But why wouldn't Ferrari want him? He's one of the most successful team principals ever. He knows how to lead, build a team, and win. At Red Bull, he guided drivers like Sebastian Vettel and Max Verstappen to championships. So why would Ferrari turn away from someone like that? Well, maybe it's because Horner and Ferrari are just too different. People close to the situation say that Horner is as British as it gets. He's used to life in England. He's deep in Red Bull's way of working, and moving to Italy, into Ferrari's complex world, might not be something he wants. Or maybe Ferrari doesn't want to take a risk on someone who just went through a major team drama. And there's something else. Christian Horner is still dealing with serious legal problems. He's expected to be in court by early 2026. Ferrari is a very traditional, very careful company. They don't want scandals or headlines that could damage their brand. So even if Horner is still one of the smartest minds in F1, Ferrari might be waiting for everything to clear before even thinking about hiring him. In the meantime, Horner's name keeps popping up. Some say he could join another team. Others say he might go work with the people who run Formula One itself, like Liberty Media. One thing is for sure, Christian Horner won't disappear from the sport. He's too experienced, too connected, too important. And yet, the Ferrari chapter may already be closed before it ever really opened. But let's not forget something crucial. In F1, nothing stays quiet forever. Things can change fast. One week you're out of a job. The next, you're signing a new deal. But it remains to be seen, because it's no secret that Horner was in contact with Ferrari recently, and I'm talking only a couple of weeks ago recent. So could there be something going on after all? If that doesn't prove anything, watch back the last Grand Prix weekend, and you'll see Horner being around Hamilton multiple times. Could they have planned this coup together? But, for now, let's assume that Christian Horner seems to be off Ferrari's list. What exactly is going on inside Maranello? It turns out, quite a lot. Fred Vasseur has done a solid job so far. The car has improved, the team is more stable, and with Lewis Hamilton in since this year, things were supposed to be on track for a big step forward. But behind the scenes, it's not that simple. Reports say Vasseur still hasn't signed a new deal, and some close to the team believe he's being asked to give up some of his power. That's not something he wants. In fact, it's possible Vasseur might actually walk away if the terms don't go his way. That's a big risk for Ferrari, because like always, they want control. but Vasseur wants freedom to run the team his way. One source said, Ferrari wants to depower Vasseur, but Fred wants more control, not less. That's a big clash. And while CEO Benedetto Vigna said publicly that they're working on a deal, the way he said it raised more questions than answers. He didn't sound sure, he didn't sound strong, and in Formula One, when the boss doesn't sound confident, that usually means something's wrong. Now imagine this, what if Vasseur really does leave? That's where Christian Horner's name might come back into the story. Even though Ferrari says they're not interested right now, things could change fast. If Vasseur suddenly quits and there's no clear backup plan, Horner might start to look more appealing, especially if he's already cleared from his legal troubles by then. It's also worth remembering that Horner has always had power. At Red Bull, he ran the show. He had influence over everything: drivers, engineers, sponsors, even the big bosses. If Ferrari ever wanted someone who could truly take control of their messy politics, Horner could be that guy. But only if they're willing to let him lead fully, like he did at Red Bull. And that's the real problem. Ferrari isn't Red Bull. It's a company that loves tradition, loves control, and isn't always friendly to outsiders. One journalist even said, "The way Horner worked at Red Bull just can't be copied inside Ferrari. It's not possible." Still, fans are asking, if not Horner, then who? If Vasseur leaves and Ferrari needs a new team boss, who would even want that job? Leading Ferrari sounds amazing, but it's also one of the hardest jobs in all of sports. The pressure is enormous, the fans are demanding, the bosses are tough, and the Italian media never lets anything slide. Horner, for all his experience, might not want to walk into that fire. He just left a pressure cooker at Red Bull. Would he really want to jump into another one? And what if Ferrari already knows Vasseur might leave and is secretly preparing? Maybe they're talking to someone else behind the scenes, someone like Mattia Binotto, or even a surprise name from outside F1. That wouldn't be the first time. But for now, one thing is clear. Christian Horner is at a crossroads. Red Bull has pushed him aside. Ferrari isn't calling, yet, and his next move could shake the sport again. Where will he land? Will he take time off, join Liberty Media, or suddenly appear in another team's colours? All we know is this: Formula One is changing fast. And in a world where even legends like Horner can be pushed out in a heartbeat, anything is possible. So, here's the question for you, the fans. Do you think Ferrari is telling the truth when they say they don't want Horner? Or are they just waiting for the right moment to strike?